at the market, things that like waiting government they do, and how in they affect price, profit, and other things there, and we own safe life. Small business big business manufacturer investor farmer all get for the inside the big market talk. So sit down, open ears, listen, and join we parties every Tuesday 5 p.m. na True Talk Radio 98.5 FM. Also with the build strong business for strong country. Business not for just make money. Now the engine where they push the economy go before. From that businessman who will make them for sales to that entrepreneur where they do massive innovation where they shape the country in future. Kushe and Kabo now the big market. Also where they talk about business and how for make business go and change real life. Every week we get for the talk about the things that where they happen at the market, things that like waiting government they do, and how in they affect price, profit, and other things there, and we own safe life. Small business big business manufacturer investor farmer all get for the inside the big market talk. So sit down, open ears, listen, and join we parties every Tuesday 5 p.m. na True Talk Radio 98.5 FM. Also with the build strong business for strong country. Business not for just make money. Now the engine where they push the economy go before. From that businessman who will make them for sales to that entrepreneur where they do massive innovation where they shape the country in future. Kushe and Kabo now the big market. Also where they talk about business and how for make business go and change real life. Every week we get for the talk about the things that where they happen at the market, things that like waiting government they do, and how in they affect price, profit, and other things there, and we own safe life. Small business big business manufacturer investor farmer all get for the inside the big market talk. So sit down, open ears, listen, and join we parties every Tuesday 5 p.m. na True Talk Radio 98.5 FM. Also with the build strong business for strong country. Business not for just make money. Now the engine where they push the economy go before. From that businessman who will make them for sales to that entrepreneur where they do massive innovation where they shape the country in future. Kushe and Kabo now the big market. Also where they talk about business and how for make business go and change real life. Every week we get for the talk about the things that where they happen at the market, things that like waiting government they do, and how in they affect price, profit, and other things there, and we own safe life. Small business big business manufacturer investor farmer all get for the inside the big market talk. So sit down, open ears, listen, and join we parties every Tuesday 5 p.m. na True Talk Radio 98.5 FM. Also with the build strong business for strong country.
Good evening, Fambul, and welcome to this edition of the Big Market Show. As usual, the Big Market Show now the show where they talk about the private sector and all the business where they happen as well, and the private sector as a whole. Today at the show, we want to talk about something very important. You go agree with me, say the manufacturer, any country want go, get for able produce for himself and get for able export. And the only way we go produce, now we invest and build a manufacturing sector, a build industries, a build infrastructure, they support the industry. We go make the industry go. We'll produce more, okay, we'll feed ourselves, okay, we'll produce more goods for ourselves, and we can export. So today at the show, we can talk about the manufacturing sector as a new opportunity, the new frontier for the Sierra Leone private sector. What does that mean? Opportunity daily, but what are the challenges as well? And how government will go about for solving challenge there. I get one big allergy with me, so sit down tight for the next 1 hour and listen to me as we can discuss this most important topic here. Because if we not grow with manufacturing sector, it go difficult for the salon go. As usual, before we go to the main topic, With a break for the news.
Inside the big market news, National Manufacturers Roundtable and Made in Sierra Leone exhibition will take place at the Mintumani Conference Center, Aberdeen, from the 29th to 30th October 2025. The theme of this event is diversifying Sierra Leone economy through manufacturing, a new commitment to inclusivity, sustainability, and green growth. The event will bring together governments, manufacturers, bankers, and development partners for discuss how for push salon in manufacturing sector go before. Inside the exhibition, plenty local producers be showcase them products. Government officials be assured say they will continue for support local business through better policy, easy finance, and infrastructure improvement. World Bank don't approve 18.34 million US dollar to Salon for help community adapt to climate change, protect environment, and improve food system. These grants go support climate-smart agriculture, nature-based solution, and build local capacity for better response for climate shocks. Goal na for make food system strong, protect ecosystem, and help rural communities manage climate risk. World Bank latest report talk say unemployment na salon dey grow, especially for youth dem wey dey enter the labour market. Report recommend say government and private sector for create at least 75,000 new jobs every year. Bank talk say private sector go lead job creation through investment, industry expansion, and entrepreneurship. During the launch of the World Bank report, Mr. Tani Bangura talk say government for do reforms for make business them more competitive. This include improve infrastructure and investments for human capital, skills development wey important for workforce wey dey create better job. Bangura talk say if policy reform makes with strategic investment, Salon go move from resource-based economy to diversify knowledge-based economy. Mrs. Janeba Bangura, Commissioner General of NIA, don elect as chairperson for African Women in Tax Network under the African Tax Administration Forum. This show say Salon dey play important role for regional tax reform and gender inclusion for governance. From the 7th to the 8th November 2025, the loans don move from 22.85 loans to 22.90 loans against the US dollar, which show a small decline of 0.5%. The frequent electricity cuts don affect the private sector na Salon greatly. Business reports show say sales don fall by 16% because of the issues of light. This na wetin we get for una inside the big market news today.
Welcome back, my people. So today we can talk about as I say, we can talk about the manufacturing sector. With me, I get one big allejo. But before I go to the allejo, I want you remember say you can send your text message to 072 641 729 072 641 729 so that we go listen and hear it from you and you go make your contribution. Now to this big allejo. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
You go introduce yourself to Fambulem.
Well, Fambulin, a good evening or kushe wherever you say you day. My name is Emmanuel Konjo. Me na the Chief Director and Professional Head of the Ministry of Trade and Industry.
Fambul, you go agree with me say this is a big allejo. We na this most technical person at the Ministry of Trade. And you don't tell one time at the studio. So glad for you to see you, sir. Welcome to the studio.
Pleasure being here.
So today we want to talk about manufacturing. But before we jump to the manufacturing sector, I want to give you a bird's eye view of the private sector as a whole. From Una Sidom as a ministry, how Una see the private sector? What's the status of the private sector currently in Sierra Leone?
Well, Fumble them, good question. So the private sector, now one set of people them, where they do business at any given community, locality or country as a whole. So whether you dey in a corporate entity we call big business like bank, insurance or big multinational company, or you dey into small, medium enterprise, all in a private sector. In 1995, Sierra Leone been to go through a structural reform program where we say government for pull and pump business and let the private sector take the lead for grow the economy. So the private sector for become the engine of growth for the economy. So all the thing them over time where governments been they do as business, government pulling hand. So now individuals or group of people then they come together for do business. Governments we just they regulate and facilitate the environment. So today the private sector now they the engine for we economic growth. Now then they move the engine in wheel, now then they turn around from small business to medium-sized business to big business. We in our government recognize the work of the private sector. So we they work very closely with them. If the private sector not sell or not buy, business not they happen. So now then they enable buy and sell for happen. So as long as you then a country, a community, a locality where buy and sell they happen, it shows that the private sector they work, they thrive. Then get them challenges, yes. But how for address them challenge here and how for make it easy for let person do business in a salon, now we all join on with together with the private sector.
Thank you, Director. So over the past few weeks on this program, we don't host a couple of you colleagues them on assist the ministry don't do a couple of activities. The AFCFTA would host on the tax systems, the Africa host on the SMEs. In all of those episodes, a lot of conversations come up. We center on the growth of the private sector. And also today now manufacturer and talk about. But generally, the challenge them may include, of course, the economic situation at that time where people they say, oh yes, we don't get single digit inflation, but still they reflect on the price of goods and the market as one one issue where the public may get, but also the individual businesses. They talk about challenges with access to finance and even access to market as in where then also infrastructure. What you go say towards that briefly before now we go into specifics of the manufacturing sector?
In life, there are always challenges. But the beauty of life, now that if you're able to see through them challenges, here are the opportunities. So this is what business people do. Then they open their ears, then they open their eye, then they watch who's opportunity then they. So sometimes and some man go say, who's de water no day? Or yet for let get water. True, it's a challenge. But other person go say, yanda, people they need water. So let they carry 5 gallon water go. And they provide a service where they get value for in service, they get money in return. So it's always a catch-22 situation where you find yourself. The challenges not unique to Sierra Leone. Any Sierra person to do business, you want to make profits. And you get different things the way you get for go around for let you able to reach the goal where you want to reach. Yes, access to finance, but still, banks then they operate, still, banks then they give loans, still other financial service providers then they provide access. It do, it not do. It go ever do, it not go ever do. So there would always be a challenge. Infrastructure, yes, there's a problem, there's challenge with electricity, but out of that electricity challenge, but could people use solar now, but could people use other renewable energy sources, other alternatives. Is at the cost high? Yes, they're high comparative to other countries. If you low, it will make more money for you. Yes, it will make more money for you. But in as much as all of them thing in the day, people still find opportunities, they still find ways. So that's the beauty of the private sector. For able for spot the opportunity, for able for see the advantages and move forward with them. So yes, we continue for work as governments for create the enabling environment. One of the important things, elect you get money, elect you get the best of roads, elect you get light 24/7. If you not get peace and security, you not go able to enjoy all the other things in day with day. So one of the good news where we get in our country, and I can use the opportunity and then podium here, and for say we all endeavor of maintain the peace, for keep the peace. But because you only do business, you only thrive and prosper in a secure, in a peaceful, in a serene atmosphere. So once we get that one day, life continues. I mean, we all get to live with hope. And the hope is that we go build a brighter and a better Sierra Leone tomorrow.
Thank you, Director. Wow. So yes, challenges then there. And as we can say in this program, we're not just there for highlighting challenges. We are one of the programs and one of our goals now for bring out solutions. Look at opportunities and say how do we surmount those challenges. So the trade director don't tell we, as businesses, as entrepreneurs, if we face 10 challenges they are head on and get solution to, and that's if they do their own. Now we want to talk about the manufacturing sector. No country in the world not ever develop if they not build a manufacturing base. Whether you talk about Ghana, the industrial parks, or you talk about Rwanda, the SE zones, special economic zones, these are all places ways for stimulate the economy. Outside salon stand, we're able to change with raw materials to manufactured goods. We manufacture industry can they really provide it much needed jobs where the country need and the young people they need. Outside with it, waiting at the status of the manufacturing industry.
Well, maybe you elect for speak English. Me, I want let me brother and sister, my family understand about Creole easy one. Manufacturing simply say you dey make the thing where you want, the thing where you need. I repeat, you dey make the thing where you want and the thing where you need. If what you want and what you need, you depend on other person for like give you you're in trouble.
Yes.
So over time, that's Nahim not happen to we na this country. Now what we need, what we want, we depend upon a third party for let it provide them for we. So if you go to the history and genesis of we country from where we get independence, governments will always know say it is important for add value, for transform, for change, for make what you need and what you want. Now make Wellington Industrial Estate being established. Same thing happen in a country, work plenty of them factory, then they pull, then destroyed. People go, some man not come back, some man come back. That's not part of we past. But who's are we did today? We they say yes, waiting Papa God give it didn't grown, it didn't we am. Rather than we they take her, we sell them in a raw form, like I did no more. Let we change them. Let we add value para, let we transform them. You they get more money, better price, fairer price for them. And also what they do, the moment you they change them, the moment you they transform them, you they get more people the way you they create jobs for. So if you just plant cassava, you pull them, you sell them. Now few people go involved in that value chain there, meaning the people the way they take part in the process. If you take the cassava, you turn into gari, you they get more people where they work param. So more people go there where they patch the gari, more people go there where they baggage the gari or pack the gari, so you create more jobs. So who side we there as a country per manufacturing? So Fambu last year in 2024, as a government, we decide say we dey rebase with GDP. Now so wetin man call and simply mean to say we dey look how we dey calculate how the economy dey work and the thing the way they push the economy go before. We find out say manufacturing don't contribute or they contribute between 22 to 25% to GDP, total gross domestic product of people them where they contribute, thing the way they come for bring money kind of country. Let her explain to you now what it mean in real terms. True one. First, we been get two soft drink companies way back in the 70s, 60s, 70s to 80s, then Welcome. We been get Coca-Cola, we been get 7-Up. 7-Up first lock, Coca-Cola come, then self lock. After that, we don't burn 8 other soft drink company them. Coca-Cola we been go, it don't come back. It means to say the Trado will be the count one company now with the count 8 company per soft drink. We been get one cement company when I be Leosem. Today then go to come, then be the do package. Today we got about 7 cement company them. So when you begin categorize this now for the big one them, I will come back to what we call the cottage industries or the small or light manufacturing space them. Today or Trade, we been dey buy peppermint usai. Now bottle where they inside full a shop. Today that peppermint we dey put in a plastic, we wrap and fine, we do a nice packaging, we buy in a supermarket. All that one then are part of manufacturing. Granite cake, we been dey sell in a calabash with them cut. Kanya will be the seller na calabash with them cut. Today, all them products then they have been transformed. They have been well packaged, well labeled, and then they sell in different parts of the country, different outlets. So, in terms of manufacturing, whether it's in the construction sector, today now we get company where they make iron rod, where they make nail, where they make wheelbarrow, where they make steel bar and iron, and the food side, the agro-processing side, all them things and they don't add to manufacturing. Before I pass on back to you, Melvin, if you take the oil palm mine as value chain, today we in Sierra Leone, we are net exporter of vegetable oil. We know they import vegetable oil again. Okay.
So the net exporter means say only importing again, but they export more than waiting inside. How that need to happen?
It simply means to say for that particular product, the vegetable oil.
Yeah.
We need the importer again.
Okay.
Now we they sell the other person because we don't make enough for let we able for use domestically and for let we able for sell to other people them. The only oil where they bring inside this country today, now specialty oil, what you call olive oil, sunflower oil, but vegetable oil. Now we they sell the other people there now. So that is an indication just for one product, one value chain, for sure say the manufacturing don't begin to take hold in this country.
All right, thank you for that overview there, and we don't give you that historical context and everything. A lot of things don't happen in the manufacturing sector, and local people go there out here now, the one that say, but this will not mean no more because today, Salome know we economy them is say now the mining sector and the agricultural sector, they drive them. What are the things that we government do we stimulate that change day we make now they get a growth in the manufacturing sector?
So government decide for look inwards. You need for tell yourself true before that person can tell you true. We say let we look usa will come out, they will know usa will they go. So 3 things happen in the world which challenge we serious one. Sometimes some of the family they don't forget. When Ebola struck at the Mano River Union, it not begin as Salono, begin a neighbor, a canto we. All the company them, the big businessmen then go. All the foreign nationals then go. Pass the one the way they come for help on the medical side. Nobody no be one send something cancer alone. They say, hey, Ebola, you go die. We were left on our own. But for the grace and mercy of God. Fast forward, we come to COVID. All side lockdown. Global supply chain constraint. Ship no they come, plane no they come, lockdown. Then you decide no more and depend on other person for give you something way you want. And then we can get the emergence of the economic change in the world globally, where people begin to take a nationalistic posture. Simply means say, let look after me country first before other people. So we self-advise we self. You know the way the person can advise you. Say if we depend for person for like can give we matches, like can give we yabas, like can give we Maggi, like can give we toothpick, anything way we want, pass we importer. Then we go run into trouble. So we decide as a country for review with industrial policy. The industrial policy, they set the benchmark, set the basis for help we for takeoff in we manufacturing sector. We do the special economic zone policy. In your intro, you mentioned, but country there like Rwanda, we get special economic zones. But importantly as well, we able for captivate with private sector domestically and internationally for say, yeah, na place where you can able for put your money and see what's in the happen. Your investment will be safe, your investment will be protected, your investment will be guarded. So once all the thing and day with man call our enabling environments don't they in place, we as governments decide say for diversify we economy. Let it not mean to say you economy based on one thing or it depend per one thing. If you not get Fanta, drink Miranda. If you not get Top, drink Vimto. If you not get Coke, drink Pepsi. Then how we diversify the intake for Ibele. So let we not focus with attention no more pan mining.
Okay.
Let not focus with attention no more pan agriculture, but let we transform. Whether na mining we they do, or transformer. Whether na agriculture we they do, or transformer. So now that side we dey.
All right. Okay. So government they create the enabling environment.
Yes.
Una don't do the industrial policy as you say, and the SEZ policy. This enabling environment. I know I'll come to the challenges, opportunities later. But I see last week una bring manufacturers together and the public and local people made it. Even the president self made it, His Excellency Dr. Julius Madabio made it. What's in that program made about and what you want achieve?
Well, I want to take this singular honor on behalf of the Ministry of Trade and Industry to express we sincere thanks and appreciation to the Commander-in-Chief, the Head of State of the Republic, President Julius Madabio, Doctor retired, and wife, we First Lady, we've been there on the very first day. On the second day, the second gentleman, when the Vice President, been there in attendance. The conversation na be a high-level dialogue for bring both private sector and public sector officials within the manufacturing space for discuss on the thing that we go take manufacturing go before.
Okay.
So some of them been get for deal with around skills. The kind people them where we want for work. We no want boku lawyer for go na the. We no say lawyer them bad. We no want boku lawyer for work na manufacturing. We want engineers. We want skilled people. We want IT professionals. We want systems people, systems engineers. We want fabricators. We want people with technical skills. Rather than to go bring all them people here from abroad, we go make them cost high. Can we be able to train Sierra Leoneans to meet the job market that's the demand they right now? We look at the fiscal landscape. Waiting the tax law then say.
Okay.
How will they support? We look at the enablers, energy. Why they cost we so much money for pay for energy? Land. Why it hard for let we get land or easy for let we get land? Usa go get land. Environment, labor issues. So all lengthing and day we discuss some in panel or plenary sessions. But important was at the margins of this 2 days conference, I've been for showcase waiting with a make na salon called Made in Sierra Leone. So every product from small manufacturer to large manufacturer been get an opportunity for showcase waiting and they make na Sierra Leone. So to the delight of the general public, plenty people not be know say now that much commodities or that much goods we they produce now. So it was an opportunity to showcase, but also important, Melvin. Now when you benchmark against your company, so you see say 5 or 7 water company, all man they try for show say in your water are the best.
Yeah.
That's fair competition. Where they see soft drink, all man say na me get the best malt. So we were been there, me I drink almost maltina. Just they taste no more because all man they tell me say na me maltina better. You understand?
Yeah.
So that was to stimulate a competitive atmosphere, a competitive energy, so that when we products then go outside of Sierra Leone, then go able for compete. So we realize that some companies are ISO 22000.
Ah, okay.
So waiting means say
exactly.
outside waiting then they go sell. If they sell in America, if they sell in China, if they sell in Russia, if they sell in Australia, if they sell in South Africa.
So then qualify for sale any
globally.
Okay.
So I am a proud man to say that when I enter into some stores in the UK or in the United States or in continental Europe, I see brand and products from Sierra Leone proudly made in Sierra Leone.
Okay, thank you. So Fambo, we self made in at that conference there because there be an interest for we. And we'll go listen all the conversation. But the key highlight now we want Leona self listen to. Because when the number one person talk if it happen. So we they can go and listen to the president, an excerpt of the president in speech in that program when we open the same and the manufacturers high level dialogue.
For far too long, we exported raw materials and imported finished goods. By so doing, we are exporting our jobs while importing poverty. That chapter is over and should be over today. Ladies and gentlemen, manufacturing is not just an economic sector. It is a national mission that creates jobs, builds skills, and secures economic independence. Our goal is simple and clear: to make Sierra Leone the producer of its own destiny. Our medium-term National Development Plan 2024-2030 and the big 5 game changes converge on one truth: manufacturing drives every other pillar of development, as has been alluded to earlier. Without it, agriculture remains incomplete and our youth lack opportunities. Every product made here keeps wealth within our borders and strengthens our resilience. This is why manufacturing stands at the heart of our transformation agenda to create decent jobs and open new markets for our people. Ladies and gentlemen, since 2018, we have laid a solid foundation, investing in infrastructure, energy, and skills so that the factories can thrive. The Sierra Leone Industrial Zone in Koya stands as a model for future industrial parks. When complete, it will host agro-processing, pharmaceuticals, packaging, and light engineering firms, and create over 10,000 jobs. And that is going to start very soon. We've been talking about it for the past 3 years, but most of the arrangements are almost complete. implementing an industrial energy agenda that integrates solar, hydro, and biomass power into manufacturing zones. So every cluster we have reliable, clean, and affordable energy. Our technical and vocational education curricula are being redesigned around industrial skills such as machining, fabrication, automation, and design, linking training directly to factory work. Step after step, we are building an economy that will produce what it consumes and export what it produces. Ladies and gentlemen, industrialization is all about people, jobs, dignity, and opportunity. Through FITS alone, we are linking farmers to factories, so local produce becomes processed and exported. We are empowering women and youth with finance, training, and technology to lead in this new economy. I recently met a young lady in Bo who produces fruit juice. She said to me, Mr. President, I don't want it. All I need is access. I said, you mean access to me? She said, no, I need access to finance, access to market, and access to opportunity. That story is true for all of us. Ambitious people who want to make progress in life, but we need access to capital, technology, and the market. And I speak on behalf of the youth of this country. It is our duty to have conversations like this where we will link the banks, the financial institutions, some of the entrepreneurs who are already involved in the sector, and our young people, especially the women who have heeded the call to embark on agriculture on a scale that we have not seen before. Ladies and gentlemen, to give practical meaning to this vision, I announced 3 presidential initiatives to anchor our industrial transformation. And the first of these is the Made in Israel Presidential Initiative promotion. We have to promote local production, ensuring quality and prioritizing Syrian goods in public procurement. For you who are in that sector, please pay attention to that. If you see us trying to buy anything that you can produce in a very good quality, bring that to the attention of government. The second is a national manufacturing roadmap 2025-2030, a coordinated blueprint with clear targets for investment, job creation, and exports. We have to have a roadmap. If you want to go somewhere, you must know where you're going. And we do that by creating that roadmap. The third is National Manufacturing Pact, a pact between government, manufacturers, and partners to accelerate growth through collaboration and accountability. Together, these mark the path of Syria's industrial renaissance. Ladies and gentlemen, no nation industrializes alone. We cannot do this alone. Therefore, I want to use this opportunity to thank our development partners who support has laid the groundwork for policy reform and SME finance and urge closer alignment with our priorities, energy, skills, and value addition.
Fambulem, una self do yegi, Echin self do agree to the fact say the manufacturing industry is so critical for Salo and Gowan. provide jobs, support the economic growth of Sierra Leone. They talk about some of the challenges where the sector they face in terms of skills, the opportunities we get as well. But I want we focus, Mr. Director, sir, on three key things we HE announced on that day. They talk about the Made in Sierra Leone Presidential Initiative. And one thing it don't tell me the advocates for him is how do we stimulate manufacturing? Because I'm not going to make me product and they compete with, say, I make timber, I make board, I make local manufactured bed. They compete with imported bed. Of course, the imported bed, them go and take and than we. I'm not going to make other things and still they get external competition. Where that they easily get finance and they easily get more additional support and they get bigger market than we. Mm-hmm. So I mean always the advocate. I'm always passionate about how we go introduce a procurement policy that will positively affect the locally manufactured product in our government procurement. So I'm happy with President Tokam say through this presidential initiative something like that happen. But I want you elaborate more. What in the behind this initiative and who's our ministry they with them and how it will affect the manufacturers, but also we SMEs them as well.
We welcome the presidential pronouncement or proclamation that we set up the presidential initiative for Made in Sierra Leone. The conversation around Made in Sierra Leone has long begun. So Miwe Sidoya, so one of the things where I come back for Ebdo in this country and I've been for develop the local content policy, till we get a local content law and set up the local content agency. So in terms of policy, we are not bereft of how to support local businesses, promote Made in Sierra Leone. It's there. I think now the presidential initiative, what it has brought is the political and the executive will to this.
Okay.
That when presidents don't talk and so now, it gets more weight.
Okay.
That we forgive first preference according to waiting the local content policy say and the law say to waiting we they make now we country.
Yeah.
Except and unless in a day. But first preference forgive. But how do you get to that? So the initiative they say we need for improve on with standards. The initiative they say we need for improve on with competitiveness. The initiative they say we need for improve on awareness and communication. So I mean, Melvin, nobody in the no force for this not for force. So I'm just saying,
yeah.
For all begin well with Africana Friday.
Yeah.
President we don't declare and say let Friday we wear what we make na salon. Let we eat what we grow na salon. So I think it's a clarion call that is making to every Sierra Leonean that we get a responsibility. That's for eat what you grow what you they eat in terms of the feed salon.
Okay.
Well, what would they make? So if you want for copy Nigerians in the sense that Nigerians then they were waiting a Nigerian. So you self well waiting a Sierra Leonean. If you think so will not reach up to that level there, what do we need to do?
Now that's the question.
So how do we need to get there? So in terms of our product mark, product certification, the all of that one day, nothing the way we don't put the building blocks into place. Okay. But we have to build the consciousness among Sierra Leoneans them. For let we recognize, let we appreciate waiting we get. That is what the president is saying.
Okay.
That's my proclamation for the Made in Sierra Leone initiative is that let we use waiting we get and waiting we they make.
All right. Thank you. So you don't two things we stand out.
Yes.
Of course, we get for be competitive, not to for just say, yeah, we want to be patriotic, we want to buy Made in Sierra Leone goods, but they have to be of high quality. The first question will come out of mind, how will standards stay? How will even they certify the quality of them products there? Waiting the ministry they do, because standards bureau for the as one of the agencies of the ministry. Waiting the ministry don't do or they do for build the capacity of standards bureau, where it will help for assure we the public say our local goods, our locally manufactured goods, especially in the beverage sector, especially alcoholic beverages, how are they manufactured? Do they have the quality for human consumption?
So the national quality infrastructure is constantly being improved. The ministry, together with the implementing agency like Standards Bureau and all other competent authorities, continue for work assiduously. It is in the best interest of the business for them meet standards, because for them make more money, they look at more people that we want for sale to. And if you want for sale to more people, you get for meet the standards, then they which you don't talk about the competitive nature. I think what is important, and what we forget, is that Sierra Leone is known for its organic nature. We cocoa today not beaucoup like waiting in na Ghana or na Côte d'Ivoire, but we cocoa get more value than them because of its organic nature. 2 banana go dey na Tesco in London. One go be organic, one go be inorganic or GM. The GM go look fine, it big, it fine, but it only cost you probably 99p. But that organic banana, they will look like say not so we no kingi preference to. Then go for fupong. So the awareness and the perception and mind change get for come.
Okay.
So we people get for understand that what we they make. Now yeah.
So I understand, say we people get for understand, but Standards Bureau, what did they do for us? Show say the drinks, so the drink. Now they can say there are 8 manufacturing beverage manufacturing companies for soft drink in Sierra Leone. We look how we certify over 8 this
they are working,
they are
the
certified. How so the Sierra Leonean way they out here that go be assured that
the
every Sierra Leonean
national standards are in place. The protocols to check are in place. All of them people here get lab. Those labs are certified. Those labs are calibrated.
okay.
Everything in terms of waiting at the laid down procedures and processes are followed.
Okay.
I mean, I stand to be corrected. I know so you don't taste all the drink then they and even some more drink. But if you tell me say one don't make you humbele, then I go become worried.
Okay.
But all of them they meet the minimum required standards and processes. So like I said, in some 20-25 years, probably 30 years ago, when me they grew up, when Tina me they come out China, you know what how they call them Bankrio?
No.
Sanka Maroon. I mean to say no better. Today,
They are lady manufacturers.
everybody they go there. You take steps. Pikina the waka one day. If you bomb Piki waka, you they run, they say this na debo. Not to so. So you take steps. So there are 3 continuums in your development paradigm.
Okay.
You copy, you deepen, and you innovate. So we are at the stage where we are deepening.
Okay.
We dey improve on we processes them. We dey see how we can get better. And further down the road, you will go see we self begin innovate. Then na Salone first do this, na Salone first did it, which is synonymous to Sierra Leone. If you go back way to the 1940s, way to the 1950s, in our history, as a proud Sierra Leonean seated here, we were known for many firsts until things come change. But we are coming back. So I'm just saying to us that we have to believe in ourselves. Nobody they can make here. It is us that has to do it. Yes, certain things for the in place, we they pull them together.
All right. So Fambulen, the standards then they now process according to the director we will not get to so we won't get it, but it is sure we say me don't drink Bokov, the drink them, but we better not run it. And I know
You better not go on.
I not claim say all that drinks there. I don't drink all the drinks there. I not of course drink all the drinks there. Some concerns there. But the bottom line is the government and they don't set standards bill and there are steps we don't they don't do take for improve the standards of a products way for meet international standards, because now one of the criteria that if I remember for trade in the AFCFTA as part of the free trade agreement. The next part for that talk there now been the procurement policy. I don't know if una don't farm them up. I mean, I will say, but the local content policy they say, especially in the mining sector, because that they maybe see them they focus more for enforce say certain percentage of every company their procurement for go to for be locally made product. I don't know how whether they adhere to the policy and how that policy they relates to this and how we need for improve on that policy day, because most Sierra Leoneans need for sell. And I don't know, I mean the enforcer in the mining sector, but I don't see them being enforced in all other sectors.
So for the local content, before you reach to the stage of enforcement, even Pantrade now facilitates, you do encourage. So once people are aware that this is a compliance regulation or statutory regulation obligation to what get for do, then they follow. So you not get for take tick behind them for run or say I go catch you, I go do this. It not make economic sense, Melvin. If this water na ya, I can get them very close to me. Then I go down na junction for go buy am. Who's one make sense? There is time involved, there is cost involved. So business people not get time. Business people always concerned about cost.
Sure.
So it is always in the best interest for able for source things locally. So where we are now is to understand what the market needs, what people want, whether from skills in employment or to procurement for goods and services, so that we are able to meet the market demand, the market dynamics.
Okay.
If we not get that balance there, there will always be a supply constraint. And the policy way they're doing business not care for losses.
Sure.
It go look for alternative. And if the alternative is expensive, it go pass that cost there to the consumer. So for me and you too, in we interest, now for leather alternative the way we want available. Not only in one piece, but in several pieces, so it gets ways for change and choose.
That's spot on, because this link to the next question about the road manufacturing roadmap. Like I start with the question, where are we in the manufacturing sector? Who side we there right now? And because you get for know who side you there before you know who side you want go. And like you just mentioned, waiting the market need. Sierra Leoneans don't, in other countries, research that helps business people for say, there is increased demand in this so if you produce more of this, you'll get market for sell. There is going to be a drop in this because this therefore improve. If electricity increase, all mango light now cold water sell one go drop because you able get cold water now use, go buy them. Somebody will argue, make the argument. So President talk about the national manufacturing roadmap. What is it about and what is involved?
So the president simply they ask we, the people of this country, we make up of the public and the privates. Who side one we take manufacturing go?
Okay.
That's the simple question he's asking. And he has challenged us. Say come up with a plan on who side you want for go. If you not get a road map, they lost.
Sure.
So we believe so go begin make motoka next year. So you see though, you assess yourself. Is it feasible? Is it doable? Do we have all the components to fix one car? You are bringing 6,789 components parts. Can you pull it all together? Or do you want to be able to produce components of that value chain that you can supply? So Sierra Leoneans, they know say, are we all the motorcar domot them? As alone they come out. So it's like a particular company where they Germany, where they Sweden. What thing they do now, they make the sound for Mercedes-Benz. I make Benz domot where you look at, get a particular sound there. So President just say, get a roadmap. Now we're at a light manufacturing base. Where do we want to go 5 years, 6 years, 10 years?
Okay.
What do we want to do? So that's the plan we are putting together, a highly consultative plan, looking at our comparative, looking at our competitive advantage, looking at the resources at our disposal, and waiting we can able for do it.
Okay, so it means say the plan not the right now. We just look at who side we want to go and begin do some research. We go inform how with the thing that we government need for do for make sure so we go side one.
We get policy them we cut across.
Okay.
He's saying to us, get a coordinated approach, bring all of this together, and get dedicated thing. Now, if we manufacturing, we want for say we naya. Then for Sabi we for make drones. Everything but drone.
For the
Okay. So how would they pull and just one example. So by the next 5 years, Sierra Leone go begin making first drone, we go take off. So all man go Sabi say na salon. Well, we want for make the best chocolates. We dey grow cocoa na ya. Rather than sell the cocoa wawa, we'll make the best chocolate factory in West Africa. All man we want chocolate, then can ya. So that's the plan. So we have to sit back as a people and put it to them.
All right. Okay. So that fabulous. So right now we go back to the drawing board. Okay, like how director say the policies then they, but put all that policy they then show we one direction now. Who side we they go? We all go agree say now this now priority. Then get for know we for this kind product, this kind product, this kind product, and we put the thing that we need for put in place for the. We'll get to that destination. The president talk about the national manufacturing pact. What in that means, sir?
So the national manufacturing pact, they simply mean to say, you know, they work in vacuum. We and the manufacturers for agree.
Okay.
Government's getting obligations. So in the national development plan, also one creates 500,000 jobs.
Yeah.
So manufacturers for come back to government say we would give you 100,000 jobs.
Okay.
Give me this, we go create that job there for you. We go bring X amount of investment into this. We need X amount of land. We need X amount of energy for Kantowi. We need this, we need that. So now the pact way every enabler, the car we put together, we agree that this is what we want to go. The manufacturer then go say, look, we are going to get from this 22% will then now to 40% in 5 years.
Okay.
This is what. So we agree. So this not to government's normal. Now together with the manufacturers that we agree.
Okay.
That we go meet certain standards.
Okay.
We go this, we go that, we go so. So we all to the tie-in.
All right. So they can't with the tie-in. What's the timeline for all the 3 initiatives there? Then 3 key milestones there. Because President, I remember me vividly emphasize say that this it will get for how they call them grade una according to for the manufacturing sector in how the rollout of them 3 things there. What's the timeline?
So this event where we just launched, so the very first one is an annual event. We're going to happen every last week of October. So I mean to say, by the time we go back, we get 1 year for them put all of this together.
Okay, all right, beautiful. Now they come towards the end of the program, but I want to touch small because the manufacturers, the business people here are getting concerned. I remember in the program the representative from the manufacturers association me itemized a couple of challenges who then they face. Of course, imports of raw materials so not there, some goods so not there really help them in the manufacturing. Then they talk about taxes, import challenges, the taxes in the well, then they face. But the Minister of Finance may counter and the World Bank may counter. They may also say, if people like say Salon they lost too much in how much tax concessions will they give, and it don't so high that it's becoming a concern. So generally, and with that in the background, waiting at the challenges, addressing challenges here, both una the ministry, una the face, and where the manufacturers they highlight, what una they do for solve them, and which opportunity they for any manufacturer, especially for the cottage industry, waiting una gets for them for able put maybe inform the roadmap and increase their own manufacturing.
We will continue for engage with the private sector, the manufacturers, for let we see what they do. So government, one of the strategy they will get is to enter into agreement with all of them companies here.
Okay.
Where they give them a lot of incentives. So you get generic incentives, you get specific incentives based on the sector where you operate. If you want, you're into agro processing, definitely you go need bigger land.
Yeah.
Than if you say I want for day into construction, a small parcel land you go get.
Yeah.
So we they facilitate, let them get all their land here, let them get all that thing in there. Nobody no want pay tax. Yeah. All over the world. Whether in a business or whether in a public sector official like me, but you get for pay government in fair share. Yeah. But in return, waiting government they give to you is what you look at. And in your own case, government is giving out a lot.
Okay.
And the reason is to incentivize, is to be a competitive foreign direct destination haven for let we able for land more companies.
Okay.
Because find out, so if you don't cancel, you don't invest 100 million, 20 million, 40 million dollars, you don't go just pack and go.
Yeah.
Now I go retain. So further down the road, we go recoup, we go recover, we go get more revenue rather than at the onstart. So we dey forgo for later day where we go able for cashing and able for come. So we continue for support businesses. I mean, plenty of them company here, them plants and the equipment now duty free. Then get tax concessions for raw materials. Then get in just for help them for stabilize. Once they don't stabilize, you have started posting profit. It's but fitting that you pay your fair share back to government.
Okay. This debate they say government seem for the yes, it's good to attract foreign direct investment, but government seem for the give more concession to foreign companies than Sierra Leonean based owned and based companies. Waiting at the rationale, is that so? And waiting at the rationale, or whose concession and day for Sierra Leonean businesses where them will benefit from?
I don't think so that they correct.
Okay.
It's not a correct picture of waiting to happen. Let us take the situation. Where may you two go na shop on a market for go buy plazas? You ask the woman if na mende. They buy plazas. You simply transactional. So possibly we can do business once you don't meet the regulations, the obligations, waiting the law say. You are doing business. And in fact, most of the companies that United States they set up are Sierra Leonean companies. Sierra Leoneans raising capital, Sierra Leoneans entering into joint ventures with other nationals.
Okay.
So it's not as if now foreigner they no more. No.
So you see the public need for know about that, because this perception
So the biggest flour mill, Sierra Leone flour mill, the #1 flour producer right now.
Yeah.
The other company not started. Now Alaji Juleso, his contribution to the economy, the number of people he employs, how much he ensures we get flour at discounted rate cheaper than what is in Guinea and what is in Sierra Leone, is an example to cite.
Okay. I agree.
Khalil Ejazi them. Yes, you see them skin, they say that they are Sierra Leoneans, 3rd, 4th generation. Then begin pan plastic rubber drink, mega cola. Today then they make cans of drink. These are Sierra Leoneans born here, schooled here, grew up here. Now here then come out.
Alright.
So the perception and the thinking that na foreign national they no more, no.
So you know
It's a
you know
business
why?
environment. Me want for see Sierra Leoneans go na America open company. I want for see Sierra Leoneans go na England the open company, na France the open company. And then nobody na them country then they not say you na Sierra Leone, you na foreigner.
Yeah.
We know they encourage
an
that
open
kind
market.
xenophobic tendency then they and then kind word then they open one and man for can do business now. Yeah.
Okay. So I agree, and we self-support that because it's an open market. You forget the rights, now competition.
Yes.
And the concern. So you know, whose side people can look at the can point. So I imagine, I remember one day at the conference, we then call for all the manufacturers representative. 80% were white skin, but yes, you don't make a clarify say even though them fever with man. Them born in Iran, they are Indians and Lebanese, and they are second, third generation with their papa and their mama them me born Iran. So Sierra Leoneans out there, not to because you see somebody white skin, they do business there. Sometimes Naya and grandpa born. I see one 85-year-old pa from Pudloko also. They talk about this thing at Pudloko, one of the Lebanese and at Pudloko. So I'll get that as well. But the concern here is the concessions being given seem for the go more to them one than the other type of business Sierra Leoneans. Now that's not the concern. It's not that the other one they not for do business, but they seem for be getting it much more easier. It's a concern. It's an opinion. It might be wrong, but they seem to be getting it much more easier than we the local Sierra Leonean. What you go say towards that?
In fact, not true.
Okay.
Because when we talk about concessions and waiting the law say,
Okay.
there are thresholds in business.
Okay.
In fact, some people where they below certain threshold not they pay GST.
Sure.
Government they give them back handouts. And then they not talk. Oh. The other big one then they government they give them money. Oh. Government just they help them, let them stabilize.
Yeah.
Let them able for make profits.
Okay.
Let them pull their head. That is the difference.
Okay.
So it's a situation where you get for Fenway for support everybody. We are not going to get two picking now. Melvin and me first picking. Then Junior na 2 years. I can't try ice cream I go give Melvin. Old pal like Melvin. No. I will give the picking when na 2 years. But in the way me go give Melvin, I will say this me short here I not do for me again. Or it not fit me. A new shot you take on. But I no will give the 2 years. So you have to deal with people at different continuums, at different levels. So that's what obtains.
All right. Okay. So family, you don't. I hope say that clear because critical for let we know say because not to government not just to support foreigners or foreign born nationals or even people, white skin. No, we don't want that kind of talk themselves. Government they support businesses. Probably waiting the ministry need for do more. And for able publicize, then concessions here waiting Sierra Leonean waiting a business, not even Sierra Leonean, waiting a businessman need for a reach or milestone you need for reach for let able achieve or access then concession here. Probably we will need for get more program. We'll go talk more about them concessions here and how government is set them and which threshold you go reach for able access the concessions here.
So we go advise that this program will reach out to the Ministry of Finance.
Okay.
When I then get the law by mandates.
Okay.
For let them able for give fiscal concessions, tax holidays, tax breaks, as the case may be.
Okay.
But also for public knowledge, if you go to NIB, the website, you go find the compendium of all the incentives here.
All right.
On waiting you go get, what you know go get, when you go get her, how you go get them, and all that here. But make I emphasize these points that in Soso we say balakasika balakafa. When a common adage among we language and go hand come. The Bible say gi, you go get.
Yes.
So if you not gi, are you the incentivized person for can give you? First you know they give money, in the can put in money, are you want encourage them for come? It is as simple as that. It is as simple as that. If you make your answer, no, I don't give you nothing, not give me money, not this, that, what will happen to you?
Okay.
So that is the picture that I want us to have. That is the picture that's currently obtained, and that is what we are doing as government.
All right, thank you very much, Director. I know it's been tough one, Nandi. But for closing now, I always can close with this question. Do you think say this is the right time for investing in a salon? Whether not in manufacturing, whether not any sector, and waiting now you find our last word based on Nandi.
If you've been asleep, wake up. If you not been the yeri, the world they change. The world don't change. There is no better place to be than Africa and than your home Sierra Leone. The investment we will see are from domestic investors, diasporans and Sierra Leoneans born here.
Okay, wow.
The hotel the way you see the bill, not to foreigner there, as Sierra Leoneans then they build a 2-room, 2-star guest house, 3-star guest house, they reach to hotel level. Today in Kenema, thank you Mr. Vandy, David Van, we get proper hotel in Kenema, Sierra Leonean. With the American ambassador, the British High Commissioner, the one go Kenema, I didn't do. We glad for that. We want to see more of that. We brother Fasali spend money, build proper restaurants and nightclub and this and that. Chapter 1. So these are success stories. We have National Petroleum. Mr. Tunde Cole and the rest of the team, thank you very much. You are in 5 countries in West Africa, taking the brand across.
That's a good one.
And so are many other stories that I can tell you about of Sierra Leoneans doing a lot of work. So they say, this is the time. And now we get for invest. It is never too late to plant a tree. You put the seed now, come back next year. Not to seed you they see. You either see a shrub or you see a tree standing.
Yeah.
So that would be my final word.
Thank you very much, Director. Fambulen, as usual, the private sector is the engine of growth. If we want to change your life, if we want to change Sierra Leone, we get for grow the private sector. How will they grow the private sector? Now where you invest, now where you build skills, now where you manufacture, now where you produce goods, and where we export them. With all the activity, then they will sure say we will grow with GDP and we all go earn better salaries, better returns, and create more employment. Today, we don't talk about the manufacturing sector. We thank Director Konjo for the Ministry of Trade for we join me. We hope we will get more conversations like this from the Ministry of Trade so that they can tell we more and more and more about what they do. Till we meet next time. Tata. But before that, I want to thank you as usual to the operators and the technical guys that were behind the camera. This is a young program and we're trying to do our best and they're doing marvelous. We tell them thank you and we hope say you will continue for join me Tuesdays as usual 5 p.m. for let we know waiting they happen now the big market. I tell you thank you.
That's not for just make money. Now the engine where they push the economy go before. From that businessman who will make them for sales to that entrepreneur where they do massive innovation where they shape the country in future. Kushe and Cabo now the big market. Also where they talk about business and how for make business go and change real life. Every week we get for the talk about the things that where they happen at the market, things that like waiting government they do and how in they affect price, profits and other things there. And we own safe life. Small business or big business or manufacturer or investor or farmer or all get for the inside the big market talk. So sit down, open ears, listen and join we participate every Tuesday 5 p.m. na True Talk Radio 98.5 FM. Also with the build strong business for strong country.